too late to start, got your heart in hand. I don't believe any of it. You say too late to start, and your heart in hand. You know you're better than this.
Twisting my words and bringing up the past, baby, you know that you're better than that. I don't got time to deal with the drama, I want the Chanel and I got your back. I promised that I would've never gotten phoned if I knew I would get so attached. Promised that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
Stressing, quit stressing. You should already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence, this time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your efforts. New Van Cleef for the necklace. Being that voice in the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no chat about if you ain't got proof, then leave it alone. I'm on the road trying to keep us afloat, while you want space and a reason to grow. If things are best left kept on the low, then I think you should leave that after the tone.
Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
See, I would've done anything for you. Now you won't pick up when I call you. It was late night texting till we're yawning. Nowadays I'm overthinking till the morning. Switched up and turned without a warning, but I know my heart forever bleeds. Truth is, the strangers like magicians. Never knew them tricks were up your sleeve.
Hey, I'm sick of this back and forth. It's starting to get contagious. I had to put the bridges out you built. What I felt inside would have been outrageous. Stop acting, think I believe that. That's catfish, poor performance. What's your number, please, or contact. Buzz you up so I can call that a ballin'.
Can't tell me like, what do you want? Yeah, tell me like, what do you need? Fresh tip when you're doing your feet. New LV when you fly overseas. Call plumbing cause I'm at a been swimming cause I'm in a deep. Don't call me, you already know. I'm on the road and you for the streets.
Young on it ain't the same. I guess we're on different things. I guess now we're distant strangers. You said there's no fun to blame, but I was not the one to change. Cause I was not the one to save you. You were my everything, now I regret everything. I wanted you here with me, but you didn't want that. I'm doing anything, I don't know what's you're in. I wanted you here with me, but it was too much to ask for. You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Kill the
Silence! Give me your silence. Till it makes me feel, till it makes me feel, till it makes me feel safe. Lead me away. Till it makes me feel, till it makes me feel, till it makes me feel sick.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter, and they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And here we go from New Orleans. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
A gain of 6.
6-yard gain on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Burrow now on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches.
Gun.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Let's get set. Ready?
Burrow from the gun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
We've set it down from 37.
Here we go. 11, 11. Ready? 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
Ready?
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Play action now, Burrow. And the defense making a play on this opening series. That one is knocked away, and that brings up 3rd down. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Stop.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, well, it went right through.
And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Miller. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Chuck now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
We've set it down from 37. From the gun, a give to Miller. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. And we'll pause here for an injured Saints player. Looks like he's pretty shaken up. They'll get someone out to look at him. First down from the 42. First carry here for Aaron Jones. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Chuck working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
3rd and long for him here. Complete out to the right side. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
It'll be a field goal try from Joey Slye. This from the right hash in a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get get all of it there? And he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow to the air now. Caught into the hands of the rookie from Arizona State. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. On the move, hit it right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They'll throw 3rd and long. That one's caught along the left sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
Gun.
No running here. It's Taj Brooks. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if we see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go. 12. Right 80.
Looking to throw, Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's get set. Right 80. Right hot.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
McPherson's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tony now to return it. Showing a little burst so far. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
We're through one, and for any kicking fans out there, this game has been for you. We've got a 6-3 ball game. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Shuck. Has a man on target to Johnson. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he hits the lane for 9 into enemy territory.
He was brought down by Jordan Battle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 42-yard line.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down.
Here we go.
Shuck with a quick toss out wide. Nice gain there on second down before they get to him, but we also have a flag down, partner, so let's see if this stands.
On the double. Trap 60, trap 60. Come on. Set. Help the shit. Come on.
Shuck. Finds him on the crossing route. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams breaking the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Shuck to throw. Into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Bengals are going to have it! And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
They're on the 16-yard line.
On 2.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Gun. 12. Can.
Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. Has a little bit up to the 21. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Here we go.
From the gun on third down, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be fourth and short.
A 4-yard gain.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. Tony back deep to return. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. He's got it. That's going to be a first and more. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. First and 10 coming up. Handoff here for Miller. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. Pistol snap here to Shuck. Who should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. But 2 in a row now have slipped away.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Got to start taking better care of the football, Brock, as he brings him to the line here, 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And they can't connect on the 3rd down. Deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Here comes the Saints punting unit. Horn deep to return. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. He can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. Dot. Right 80. 11. Dot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack. I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Big 13. Big 13. 11 Thomas.
Burrow back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Fields this clean at the 30. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Okay, 1st and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Shuck looking to pass here. Running a screen now for Jones. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Bails out of the pocket quick. On the run, deep down the left side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Austin McNamara on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
I'm fine, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So a fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Here we go.
Burrow setting up the play action. This finds all, complete. And they bring him down around the 34.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
180, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 180. Right up. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Sticking in the air. It's Burrow. And it's caught. Chase has it. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Brought in right side. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And Burrow gets enough for that first down and then smartly gets down to avoid the hit. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance.
And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals grow their lead just before halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tony now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Shuck working from the gun. Completed over the middle. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's shot, 1st and 10. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Jeez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
On 2nd and 10 now, here's Shuck. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. 3rd down, here's Shuck. And that one's incomplete for now. He brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. And this return's going to leave him with enough time for definitely 2, maybe even 3 plays before halftime.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it.
Here we go. 11. Right 80. Right touch. 12. Got.
1st down, Burrow to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he's hit just before he can pick up that 1st, so 3rd and short coming up from the 33. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
11. Here we go. 12.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He has it at the 22. And he gets a pretty nice result there on the punt return to put an end to our first 2 quarters of play.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tony now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Tony on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Has a man on target to Johnson. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Jones off the pistol give. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Shuck now from the gun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. On now comes their punter. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And they'll be backed up to begin this drive. Great work by the punt team, downing it at the 7. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Brown to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Buying some time right. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Punting unit out now. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
Tony on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up.
Here we go, shot.
They'll start with a give to Jones. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Take off.
Now Shuck to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Return coming from the 6. Things going well so far. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
Well, by the time he shifted into a different gear and began that foot race up the left sideline, you could tell this return was already getting out of hand. And what a gift for this offense, who now gets to take over with a lot of the work in the field position already done.
Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
Burrow on 1st down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
From the 40, here comes 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, 10, 11. Stop.
Burrow. Got for big yards on the right side. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals make it a 9-point advantage.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals make it a 10-point ball game.
Bengals 20, Saints 10. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tony now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
On the return, the Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Shaw. Hits his running back. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he gets him the first partner, but they are already acting like this one's not going to stand. Let's listen. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Shotgun snap to Shuck. That's him on the quick hitter. And they make the tackle at the 38. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Short side option here. He's running left. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Hauled down by Andrew Winger.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Throwing. Shot. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Got a man, Bailey has it. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
18 Cardinal.
Working inside the red zone. That's caught left side by Bailey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
To the air on 3rd and long. Looking underneath, it's Jones. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Let's go now.
Jones will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Pistol snap here to Shuck. This one's deflected away and incomplete. And their chances to score are running out. It's now 3rd and goal.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate. That was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Couldn't get it the last 2 snaps. Another shot at 6 here on 3rd and goal.
Shut up. Go.
And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Slide's kick is up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
I'm wondering.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Burrow. Wow, wide open here, complete. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So after figuring out the flag, now we've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Now a give. It's Brown headed right. Gets it to the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals go up by 2 scores. 13 points in the 4th. McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bengals double their lead to 14.
27, Saints 13. Evan McPherson to kick off for
Here's
Cincinnati.
McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tony now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25.
On the return, the Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shuck working from the gun. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. Here he goes again. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. A pickup of 17. And the Bengals have a first down.
The Bengals first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Brown again. Some good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Give on seconds, it's Brown. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
And they fought their way through to stop him behind the line. It's going to be 4th now and less than a yard. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point.
20-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Tony now to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to work after throwing the pick. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
First down.
Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Saints first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Shuck now on first down. Short pass brought in. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Off the play action, Chump. Hits him on the out route. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Chuck on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
And he had it, but no, can't complete the process of the catch, and they wind up turning it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time the ball comes his way.
And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's good.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
1st and 10 at
Here we go, here we go.
48-yard line.
Burrow back to throw. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Brown gets it again here on second. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. That's 2 in a row. They've got third down now coming up.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
11.
Third and long. Here's Burrow. Chased out to his right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, a gift to Jones. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Complete out to the right. And this gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Pressure coming. It's Shump. Gets everything he has under this one. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Third and long for him here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. He's got it. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down.
180.
Running once more with Brooks. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Brown on the inside give. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be 4th and... very long.
38-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
They'll send out the punting unit.
And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. So the Bengals